Okay, next up, let's go ahead and build this little panel here, this little kind of darker reddish pattern. And this looks like it's some sort of maybe film that's applied with heat, or it could actually be another leather piece or another fabric piece, whatever we want it to be. But this is the design. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm just going to do the same as we did in the other, but this time I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer. So I'm just going to go here, either go to new mesh or hit the N key, same thing. And we're going to name this, what do we call this? We'll call this all caps, cap and Vamp. So there we are, and we have an empty layer to work on. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab the pen tool. I'll start at the back here and just go ahead and start building. Now I can go below where the midsole is going to be and not worry about that. Let's try to keep my edges vertical as possible. And then jump over to the poly pen, and I'm just going to hold on the shift key and just start building. So I'll just speed through this process here and entertain you with a little musical interlude as I go along. So with retopology, you're essentially doing three things. Number one, you are duplicating an object. And number two, you're reducing the amount of data needed to describe that form. So generally, you would have a very high resolution object in the background that would be normally very difficult, if not impossible, to work with as a polygon model. So retopology allows you to create a new model that is much more manageable and controllable. So the third thing that you are doing here is controlling the edge flow of the new model so that it is easier to work with, so that you can manipulate it and redesign it as you go along. So the art here is to have enough edges and enough polygons to describe the form as accurately as you can in certain areas where you have a lot of contours and a lot of change in form and shape, and yet not so many that the edge flows start to bunch together when you run into areas that don't need a lot of edges and polygons to describe them.